because once you direct your attention, your focus into something, and you actually are there fully and not constantly coming in and coming out, coming in and coming out, you come up with way better ideas, you get way better understanding, you manage to make so much more progress in a shorter time span than if you are constantly in and out, in and out. Welcome everyone to LifewithLiza podcast. Our mission at LifewithLiza is to share people's stories and the challenges that they have overcome, so that those who are listening in can get the strength, the courage, and the hope to be their better selves. And I wanted to welcome you in this special edition episode. I'm so happy that you're tuning in and that you're actively investing your time and energy into becoming your better self. And something that I wanted to talk to you about in this episode is something that's not really talked about a lot, but it is something that you've got to know if you want to succeed in life and also have a life that is truly balanced and happy. And that is, it is okay to be obsessed about something that you're doing. And I feel like the message that's been the message that's been shown in so many different social media platforms is that it's important to always have this balance, to have this 80-20 ratio where you work hard 80% of the time and then you 20% rest. And I think that it is true to a certain degree, but what is not conveyed in that message, that it is also okay to have seasons in your life where you actually truly obsess about something, and maybe the whole week you don't really have the balance, but you really prioritize that thing that you're working on, or maybe you become obsessed with your health, maybe you become obsessed with your business that you're working on, and you just fully are invested into it. And then when it comes to the balance side of it, I do think that still, even in that obsession period, you still can take breaks and have a balanced life and do the things that are necessary for your health and well-being. For example, get enough sleep, getting good food, etc. But then eliminating everything else that you might enjoy but it's not necessarily necessary for that stage, and truly obsessing about the thing that you're working on at that point. And I think this is so underrated, and why it is kind of cool to become obsessed about something and in that season of your life, whether it could be a week, a month, or a year, and just truly focus on that. Because once you direct your attention, your focus into something, and you actually are there fully and not constantly coming in and coming out, coming in and coming out, you come up with way better ideas, you get way better understanding, you manage to make so much more progress in a shorter time span than if you are constantly in and out, in and out. So that's why there is such thing as the deep work, right? Deep work, it's when you just spend 1, 2, 3, 4 hours of, and you're not disrupted, and you're just truly focusing and working on one thing, because then in that 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, you can get twice as much or 3x as much, 10x as much, just because you were solely focused on that thing. So imagine if for a certain season of your life, you just decide to focus on one thing. For example, in my life, I have my podcast, I have my course that I'm working on, I have social media where I create content. And what I found is that if I focus on all three, I basically give a bit more of the shallow attention, and I'm not able to go as deep into all three. And then I'm not really happy with the results that I'm getting, but also because I'm not bringing my best inputs, because I am too thinly spread out among different things. Whereas what I'm thinking of doing now, and that's something that came up to me recently, is that I want to be even more intentional, and I want to focus, to dedicate some time and focus, for example, on the podcast, and then to dedicate some time and focus just on the course, and to dedicate some time and just focus on the social media. And for example, with the podcast, I know that Jay Shetty was saying that he usually records all of his podcast episodes for the next few months in 1 month. so that he can truly go deep into the mode of being a podcaster and actually produce the best content and just focus on just that one creative thing. And then in the next month, he's free to do other creative things because his podcast episodes are already ready. And then you're able to produce so much better content, and you immerse yourself fully into one activity. So I wanted to say that obsession is actually great because it gets the best out of you, and then you feel so happy and you feel fulfilled as you bring your best to the world and when you contribute to the world in the best way you can. And then at the same time, also at this stage of my life, I really like basically just working and working out. I don't do much else. I don't really have social life, and I really enjoy it the way it is. And the only thing is that sometimes I feel guilty that I don't have as much social life as I feel like people my age are having, but I'm so happy about it because then I get to dedicate my time to the podcast and to the course and to the social media and to my journey as an entrepreneur. So I'm really, what I'm trying to say here, that it is okay in certain seasons of your life to be more obsessed and then to dedicate your other seasons in your life to other activities. And then yeah, this is something that I just wanted to share because I feel like the balance is, everyone is talking about it and that you should have this day-to-day balance, but I do believe more in seasons and actually getting obsessed and pouring all your energy, all your heart into doing one thing and then making it great. I hope you did enjoy this episode, and if you did, please be sure to subscribe to this channel, to like this video, and I'll see you in the next episode.